Hello, and welcome to another installment of DB3's Risk It or Not. I'm Denise. Well, over the last couple of weeks, I've been really busy having some hard conversations with some of my clients on a specific topic, innovation. And everyone wants the benefits of being seen as an innovative company. It looks good, it's appealing to new clients, but not everyone is up to the challenge required to maintain a culture of innovation. So I've come to this realization over the last week or so that although many businesses understand what innovation is, they still haven't truly grasped the concept of how to incorporate innovation in their businesses. So in today's video, I want to share about 8 thoughtful and insightful ideas or concepts that I've shared over the last week or two with some of my clients to support why you can't achieve innovation without change. So innovation really, in the short terms, is thinking about things before they happen. So it's kind of an organization or a cultural mindset of how you come up with new ideas for those what-if situations. But it requires you to go through 3 phases, which is the ideation phase, which is where you do the brainstorming and you come up with new ideas. The analysis phase of when you take those ideas and you vet them, looking at what type of resources you're going to need, what the benefits and the cons are. And then the last phase is the implementation phase. So even if you have a solid understanding of the innovation process in all 3 of those phases, many businesses are still failing to address the most common blockers to innovative thinking in their companies. And that's lack of employee buy-in, lack of management support, and a lack of risk tolerances. So I want to start our innovation countdown on how to tackle those obstacles, starting with point 1. You can't have innovation without change. So you will never be an innovative company without the willingness to accept changes. Saying that you want new ideas, but striking down every and any suggestion that comes across the table is an oxymoron. You have to be accepting that some new ideas that are going to be proposed will likely change how things are going to currently operate in your business. This leads me to point number 2. Don't derail innovation if you don't agree with the innovation process. So normally this is seen at the management level with managers that have been in place for so long, and they're reluctant to change from this is how we've always done things to maybe there's an easier, better way of doing this. They're the people that can't see the forest because of the trees. And because of that and their reluctance to change, it can be very counterproductive to any innovation initiatives you're trying to roll out. Point number 3 is that innovation doesn't pay off right away. So be patient. There are going to be setbacks in the innovation process. Each innovation phase will have a different timeline. So it may take months to narrow down at least 3 ideas, but only take about 2 weeks to kind of vet them. So keep that in mind. And also you need to be able to invest into creating ideas. So focus on your organization and its culture. How do you reward personnel for coming up with new ideas? Do you have a penalty for mistakes that are made in that thought process? Do you allow training opportunities so that they can focus on new solutions, or do you require them to do that in their off time? The 4th point I want to say is be respectful of where the ideas may come from. Now, ideas can originate from just dumb luck, which is not a good business model, and it's inconsistent, nevertheless risky. It can also come from research and development, But your company has to be set up for this because it requires a lot of resources, people, capital. But the most common is people's experiences. And this is where you can utilize outsourced consultants to help you with innovation, or it can come from your existing employee base, their knowledge, their prior experiences with another company that did the same process but did it a different way. The fifth point is understand the traits of your innovators. So I've been around the block and I've worked many different places, Fortune 500 companies, small businesses, public entities, and I will tell you, everyone wants people who are meticulous and conforming, because less conformed people are often viewed as being off task or stragglers, right? And contrary to belief, they are oftentimes engaged, but just not in the way that management wants them to be engaged. They typically are your innovators. And they come off this way because they're reacting to having to deal with antiquated processes when they have the knowledge and skill set to know that it can be done differently. So they come off as being a little disengaged. I will tell you that alienating your innovators is a sure way to not secure the bag and not get that employee buy-in that you need to roll out innovative initiatives. Point number 6, be flexible when people don't know how to improve a process or fix an issue. So flexibility is needed to help people cultivate new ideas. Some people may not have all of the skills needed to see an idea go from the ideation phase to the analysis phase to the implementation phase. So you need to give them time to go back and learn what they don't know. That goes back to your culture. So if you have a culture that's not accepting of mistakes and lessons learned without penalty, you're going to see less involved, engaged employees come up with solutions to some of your current problems. So that leads me to point number 7. Innovation only works when people work together. So innovation is a team sport. It's not a silo venture. And just like that old proverb saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a team to birth and grow an idea. The last one I'm going to leave you with is that innovation requires acceptance of mistakes and failures. So I know I touched on this, but it's very important, and I wanted to make it the final point to leave you with today. You want to create opportunities for your people to report their mistakes without penalty when they occur. That is oftentimes where the greatest lessons are to be learned, when things don't come out the way we had intended them to. And so if you want to incorporate a culture of innovation, you want to be known as an innovative company, you have to do the work and build these things into your company and try to change your culture if your culture is not supportive of innovative ideas, innovative thinkers, and more so management that is still harboring on to this is how we used to do it, this is how it's always been done, and this is how we're going to continue to do it. If you have those things in place, innovation is not in reach for you. So that's all I have for this week's installment of DB3's Risk It or Not. I hope you find some of these tips that I've shared with my own clients useful. If you did, you know what to do. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until my next video, take care and be safe.